Hello there and welcome to Korea, is something you might not have been expecting me to say, because I don't know what order I've actually been putting these videos up in. I've just been filming them all together. So I'm here outside of Ministop, which you may or may not know. I really should plan what order I record these in. Anyway, more on me being in Korea later. But for now, I'm going to be checking out a song called Before Yesterday by BAND-MAID. Now this is interesting, because usually when I go through the BAND-MAID songs looking to see what videos I've maybe missed, and obviously your comments as well, there's a familiar pattern. There's ones where I go, oh yeah, someone mentioned that, or oh yeah, I've seen a thumbnail for this one. This one I don't remember hearing or seeing anything about, and then just suddenly I see a music video for it. So this is one that's caught me by surprise, and I'm going to check it out now. Interesting, by the thumbnail, it shows them sort of walking down the street, so it looks to break the formula that almost all their videos have of them performing in some sort of set with flashy lighting and camera work. So let's see how this goes. Makeshift recording setup, very complicated. Go. A nice chant. Where's it gonna go? Oh, not starting with a riff for once. This might be an older one actually. No flashy playing yet. It's interesting. Very straight rock song. This must be an old one. Wow, I really like that chorus actually, it's a really good chorus. As usual, second verse is where the creative playing comes in. But only a little bit. This is very reserved for them actually, but I really love the melody, I really love the tune. It's quite different actually. Solo. That was short, but that was sweet.
Before yesterday, 僕はどうやって今まで生きてきたんだって一人立ち上がりカーテンを開いた Goodbye yesterday 僕もそうやって誰かを支えてくんだろう大きい君のぬくもりが未来を包み込む
Is that over? Yeah, that's over. Alright, we got a lot to talk about on that one. Sorry, you might have just seen I just spat something out. Apologies, I'm not spitting at you guys, I promise. Although I shouldn't be spitting on Mini Stop's table. So, there's a lot of interesting facts about that one. I'm really interested, actually this one I'm really interested to see what you guys think. Now I didn't check the date stamp on this before checking it out, so I don't know if this is a really old song or for that matter a really new song, because it suddenly occurred to me halfway through that it has some of the same characteristics as Start Over that I know was a very sort of dividing song, in that it's got a much more restrained feel to it. Whereas, however, Start Over, I disagree with some people in that I thought the Start Over was very musically complicated, very detailed. This one, not so much. I think this one was much more simple. Oh, there goes my can of coffee. If I posted these in the right video order, you've already seen me drink this can of coffee in a previous video. Bet I don't. Where was I going with this? But there was much more restrained musically, but I think that worked. And to be honest, I think it added some colour to, again, they've got so many good songs that I love to hear when they do something that adds colour to their portfolio. And being a band that always does so many intricate and complicated songs, sometimes doing a song that is just very stripped back is not actually a bad thing. It's not like they've got anything to prove. Now, this is actually, I'm going to go out and say it. I mean, I'm trying to draw up my list of top 5 songs, which is going to take me quite a while because I've got to listen to them all over quite a few times. But on first listen, this one stands quite a good chance for being up there with me. And the reason I get the feeling a lot of people are going to disagree. So the reason I'm thinking that is because in a way this one had a very, I love the melody. The melody was fantastic and it was just very effective. Now I know that none of the musicians really stood out in this one. It was like they were all playing in a very restrained way, as I said, and Akane, the drummer, was probably the one who made most of an obvious contribution musicianship wise. Like I said, I don't want to make it sound like the others weren't trying. I just think that they were doing something different here and doing a more simple approach. She obviously, as usual, did that sort of effortless change of rhythm underneath. I will say, actually, just on a musicianship point before I move on, I really loved that the solo on this one was a really brilliant one. It was actually one of the few ones where usually their solos are just about the right length. This is one of the few ones where I actually was kind of thinking I wanted more of that. And that was partly not just because of the solo, which was brilliant, but also because of the change up to the chord pattern underneath it. And this kind of shows what I'm saying, because what was underneath that was a very simple playing from the other musicians, but it was just perfect. It really sort of changed the tone in the bridge, which is kind of why I really enjoyed that. It was a fantastic little riff they had going for a couple, well, not a couple of bars, but you know, sort of 8 bars maybe. So I just kind of liked everything about this was just in the right place. Could they have added more intricacy to it? Well, knowing how good they are, they probably could have, but I think the fact they chose not to perhaps says a lot in of itself. Now, as I say, my main sort of points on this were how fantastic the melody was, how good the chorus was, etc. I also want to give a quick shout out to the video as well, because like I said, the video was very different. It was basically a live video for the best part, but I love the fact that they showed them going around having a bit of fun. I know that's a really cheap thing that a lot of bands do when they're releasing a single, but it's a single that perhaps the record company aren't too much behind, so they haven't got a budget for a video, so they get some live footage and then just some stuff of them walking around doing things to add humanness to it. But I do think it's nice to see them looking happy and showing their personalities, because we see in all of the video, a great video is usually a performance video, but all of their videos are so heavily performance based that it's nice to see them just going out and, you know, seeing a bit of their personality show as well, because they come across as really cool people. So it was nice to see that sort of human element to it as well. But there isn't a huge amount to... Lots of beeping, people walking behind me, which is really weird. If you can see where I am, there's no reason for people to walk behind me, so that was kind of weird. I was like, But anyway, where was I going? I keep on getting sidetracked on this one. There isn't a huge amount to say about it, except for the fact that basically it was a very different way of doing a rock song for them. A bit softer than their usual material, but very effective. I guess one of the main things I point out is when bands do more of a soft rock approach, which I think this goes for compared to their usual stuff, it is more soft rock than a usual thing. There is a habit to go into that slightly dangerously Coldplay territory of trying to make things have that sort of jangly, smooth sound, and that can come across very badly because everything can sound watery and kind of boring. And with this, it didn't. It kept a real sort of, it kept a grit to it. I think that's one of the main things. Even though it wasn't sort of heavy or pushing, it had a grit to it. It had a sort of a reality to it. It felt very genuine and heartfelt. So I think anyone who perhaps says that this is too light for them, which I can imagine being a criticism, again, I'm really interested to see what you guys think. I would counter that by saying that it's them doing something a little bit lighter, but it keeps a grit, so it is just a genuine variation without, if you like, forsaking anything of what makes them sound good as a band. It sounds genuine, it sounds heartfelt, it just sounds like I'm doing something different. I sound a lot like I'm trying to protect this song in advance, because I can imagine this being unpopular, but again, I'm going to wait to hear what you guys think. For me though, my personal opinion, yeah, I do love it when they're sort of the sensory overload they have in most of their songs. That's usually what I love about this band. But that one just appealed to me. I'd be interested to know if the lack of little details maybe makes it less able to stand the test of time, less able to stand re-listens. But right now, that's one of the certainly in the top half, maybe in the top quarter of the songs I've heard by them. Really enjoyed it. Looking forward to seeing if that's in the top 5. But you'll have to wait to find out, just like I'll have to wait to see your comments. So for now, from Korea,